Just working on starting the recording and then...
What was that right there? Because you were covered, you didn't see. But
What's up, Dev Nation?
If you couldn't tell by the copious different plushies that I have from different animes, I am an anime fan. But one anime that I just will not crack into is One Piece.
I forget the Bible verse that it is, but I remember that once I was a child. I ate as a child, I spake as a child, I understood as a child. And back when I was a child, I really truly didn't believe that One Piece had anything for me. But being now part of one of the most fervent fandoms has been endlessly rewarding.
Since I have not seen any One Piece, Kendall's gonna show me a bunch of different One Piece characters, and I'm gonna have to decipher who is the strongest just purely based on their appearance.
You know, the show does not make it easy. I feel like it's pretty clear in a lot of shows like who is the strongest by how big their sword is, but this show exists basically to just be fun. Just be more fun than that, all right? You guys worried about you're not having enough fun to watch some One Piece then? So Devin is basically a bit... So I'm going to be showing Devin 4 characters, and he's going to be looking at them, and he's going to be telling me which one's the strongest. Starting off with Daz Bones. Daz Bones, the beloved Mr. One in One Piece. You can tell that he's black, and you appreciate that if you're me. Another black character, Horty Jones. Now, Horty Jones is somewhat of a shark. You can see that there's a decapitated man on his tummy because he means business.
Wait, where is there a decapitated? Is that what that is?
Juden. He's a big dude, essentially. He's literally a giant. You can tell he's huge because the rubble that he's creating is big and not small.
Can we zoom out?
There's a really good one of him crouching in between buildings that I wasn't able to find, but just imagine him large. Yeah. Oh. See, now you're getting it. And here we have our homie, the Kung Fu Dugong. But yeah, so which of these people do you think is the strongest?
Okay, let me let you in a little bit on my thought process. The Kung Fu Dugong, he shouldn't be here. How big is the Kung Fu Dugong?
That's the size of a guy.
But ostensibly, this is also the size of a guy.
A big guy.
Can I ask questions about all of them?
Absolutely, go crazy.
What does Daz Bones do?
So he ate the dice fruit.
That's enough. I think I'm good on Daz Bones, man. He's animated too muscular for him to be super powerful, I think. At this point in time, I have Daz Bones at 2. I'm just gonna put him at 2 for now, to be safe. This guy has a decapitated guy on his stomach. That has to mean something. So I'm gonna go ahead and put him at 3. If there's one thing that I know about big, strong men that you can't see their eyes, is that they're supposed to die early. This is the weakest guy on the group. Final answer. Kung Fu Dugong, coming in at number 2. Number 1. Horty Jones, yep, and I know that. Number 3, Mr. One, Daz Bones, and Giant is 4th.
All right, Horty Jones is the strongest. There's steroids for fishmen that make him really strong. And his ability, he didn't eat any fruit. You didn't ask if he ate any pills. Judin is 3, and Kung Fu Dugong is the weakest out of all of these. If y'all don't know Streusen by name and you're a fake fan, the head chef for the Big Mom Pirates. He's the tiny little guy, and he ate the fruit? He can turn things into food.
You know what I love? Like, as you make this video, you gotta say all this shit out loud.
Yeah, no, that's, okay. Well, these are the Yeti Cool brothers.
He looks strong. He looks strong.
Yes, indeed, he looks like a demon. This is Magellan. And here's Senor Pink, baby. You already know Senor Pink's out here. Man dressed as a baby. He's so hard-boiled, all the ladies love him. Pro wrestler.
Wait, did you make that up?
No. Hard-boiled.
Self-described?
No, everyone else describes him as hard-boiled.
And what does it mean when they say it?
He's kind of like, he just like says something cool with his glasses on, and they're like, oh, he's so hard-boiled.
I'm knocking this one out of the park. I'm actually gonna knock this one out of the first try. Oh boy with the clock on his hip is the strongest. There's no way around. I am kind of enamored by his whole kind of get-up.
No, he has sort of an indisputable verve about him, and his young self was quite handsome. Okay, why was young Streusen actually hot?
There's enough time passed that we can talk about how hot young Streusen was.
Yeah, I think so. This is him. Look at him. Man, he turned that out of a piece of stone.
These guys are the weakest. These guys are the weakest here. They are this tall with guns. And that tells me all I need to know. Magellan is number 2. He's just speaking to me. But he's stronger than Magellan, and I hate that it's true. He has to be. This guy's number 2. This guy's number 1. These guys are number 4, and this guy's number 3. Locking it in.
Senior Pink is the weakest. The second weakest are the Yeti Cool brothers.
Okay.
Second strongest.
Damn.
Incredibly strong. He does turn like a whole gigantic mountain into cake. And Magellan is just absolutely him. Magellan
I should have trusted my gut.
is widely regarded to be the hardest fight that Luffy's had.
I should have trusted my gut.
He's in charge of the prison.
Oh, like the one.
The one that we
I can't
got.
do this.
Bong Clay, baby. Speaking of, this is Mr. 2. He's got kicks. He's got dancing. He's got style. I bet Devin could guess this guy's fruit just by looking at him.
And I think I can. Did he eat the flamingo fruit?
He did not. He ate the copy fruit and he can turn into you. The toy soldier. Heroes. He's only got one leg, as you can see. Don't underestimate Big News Morgans. He's in charge of the newspaper. Gecko Moria.
This is hard, actually. Everything is telling me that this guy's the strongest here. Locking him in at 1 off rip. He has 2 sets of devil horns, dude. Gecko Moria's locked in at uno. Timeout.
Got another glance at Big News Morgan.
Listen, hey, and did you realize I literally just caught myself doing the one thing
It's
that
right
I'm
there.
not supposed to do?
Literally right there in the picture.
Nope, I'm gonna make the same mistake. Big News Morgan's going to number 1. This guy, Gecko Moria number 2. Big News Morgan's number 1. This is the weakest guy. I'm not gonna fall for this again. Toy Soldier is by far the weakest. Bon Clay is 3rd.
All right, so he is the strongest.
Fuck!
Unless, arguably, it could be the toy soldier. I think Gecko takes him out personally, but hit Devin up in the comments and you tell him what you think about this.
Yeah, hit me up in the comments about this.
Big News Morgans has no powers. He's just a bird guy. He just takes pictures. He's a guy.
So what does underestimating him look like?
Which one of these Luffys is the strongest? We got Afro
Okay,
Luffy.
oh yeah.
We got Afro Luffy. We've got Luffy in the suit. Luffy dripped down in the red suit. We got Nightmare Luffy.
You made your voice deeper on that one. This is the weakest, isn't it?
And we got Lucy, which is Luffy's alter ego.
So, number 1 is Lucy. He's unlocked 100% of his brain. He's essentially just one big old computer at this point. Nightmare Luffy's the weakest. Afro Luffy is 2nd strongest. He looks like he's really about to...
This is winding that bad boy up.
Does that mean that Luffy in the suit is the weakest? That doesn't even feel right. That doesn't feel right. Okay, dude, I made a silly funny joke about Lucy. I think we all know that suit Luffy is the strongest.
Afro Luffy is the weakest, but he gets a buff from just having the afro. It's not as big of a buff as he gets when he becomes Nightmare Luffy, but by having the afro, he unlocks the himness that is within him.
You listen up, Luffy, and you listen up good. You ain't your old self no more. You put that boy to bed, and now you're gone and woken up a man. Just like that hairstyle's woken up your wild side.
He's wearing boxing gloves because that afro will help you at boxing, right? Sound off in the comments if that's an assumption that you make. I don't know who wins between Nightmare Luffy and Lucy. Now, this Luffy is from Long Ring Long Land arc, where he fights the boxing.
That's gonna do it for today's video, guys.
So you're absolutely right that he's the strongest.
He has to be.
Yeah.
Well,
Suit Luffy is him.
It didn't even feel right.
Lucy is from the arc right before it. He is the 2nd strongest. Nightmare Luffy's 3rd. Afro Luffy is 4th.
That's gonna pretty much do it for today's video, guys. I've been wanting to do something along these lines for a minute, and then thank God that I have another one of me.
When he gets caught up on One Piece and he posts his apology video and I'm standing in the back just nodding, sort of knowingly, we'll take this test again and it'll be fodder. And if you're scared of One Piece, don't be afraid of One Piece. If you just watch this video and you think that's a ridiculous show, the Kung Fu Dugong, when you see him again, you're gonna cry real tears.
So I do want to let you guys in on a little channel tradition. I do this at the end of every video. Don't go back and check or anything. I like to end all of these videos by underestimating Big News Morgan. I like to end all of these videos.
いいか、死者が出たんだ。死亡記事は飛ぶように売れるぞ。
I'm not intimidated by this man at all. Alright, bye guys.